Ladies and gentlemen, the name's Pooner and Puno. The man on my direction,
Nikhil,
and this is
Washtenaw Beat.
So, no Trump tonight, no suits tonight. Local issues, the stuff that actually matters. So, our first one for tonight, roads.
They suck.
They really, really suck.
Yep.
So, our great mayor, Chris Taylor, has decided to spend $135,000 on
artwork.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote. That's the important part here. Quote unquote artwork on Stadium Boulevard. So you may or may not have recently driven past Stadium, and you might have noticed this pieces of metal screwed to the wall. You see, that is what Christopher Taylor calls artwork. And so that's what he spent $135 out of y'all bank accounts.
$35,000.
$135,000 of your taxpayers' money on. So honestly, it's a little anticlimactic and sad.
And he's doing that.
I mean, he could have put that type of money into the roads, or I mean, of course it wouldn't have been enough, but it would have gotten him started.
Yeah.
At least, exactly.
And may I remind you that he is doing this while our roads, I'm still here, look exactly like this. What's up, dude? Oh, the pothole!
Oh, crap, man.
Oh, my leg. Here, help me up, man. Oh, damn potholes. They need to be fixed. Another one. Ooh. That just made me trip, though. No, that's better. So, you folks at home get the gist of it.
Yep.
Roads, sucky, pothole, bad. Chris Taylor, please replace this November.
Pretty much. That wraps it up for that topic. And
okay, so
our next topic is the light rail, which has not been a thing since like February of 2016, when MLive last posted a article on the light rail, which was 2 years ago, February. And since then, there has been nothing. So I don't think they're going to do it, honestly. So your input on this, Aaron?
Honestly, the people who need this the most, commuters, students, business people, nurses working at the UM faculty, are not going to get it. And they're going to be stuck in traffic, in their cars or buses, or even worse, having to walk. Having to walk in 30-degree weather.
No.
30-degree weather. Because Mayor Chris Taylor and...
Like 30-degree weather, like, I don't know, half a foot of snow.
And they're going to have to walk or ride a bus or, God forbid, drive in, this mess with traffic and, seasonal weather, which really, really sucks. And because of this light rail, if the light rail was here in its own dedicated lane on some of our major streets and elevated above our streets in some cases, then that wouldn't happen. All they needed to do, at the most, is walk a few minutes to the light rail and take that thing into town.
Pretty much.
Or if you live all the way out there and you commute to Ann Arbor, you just park your car at Plymouth Road, then you take it inside. But it's not going to happen like that because they're never going to build it. And not to mention, the light rail does a sucky job at covering downtown, really a sucky job at covering the entire city. I mean, there's one line.
Yeah, there's one line, and they probably just got the idea off of Detroit's People's Mover, which is...
And the Q line.
Yeah, and the Q line, which basically both of them are light rails, and they probably just got the idea off of that.
Yeah.
Talking about seasonal weather and roads, did you know that roads can actually get up to roads can get really hot, especially because they're black and they absorb a lot of heat.
Yeah.
So some of the streets in Los Angeles have been whitewashed, which means they
painted it white.
Yeah, they painted them white, which instead of absorbing more heat, it actually repels heat, which makes the streets cooler and which makes it
much safer to drive.
Much safer to drive through, and because this will actually help a lot. Like whitewashing streets actually helped a lot, because if the roads are absorbing all the heat, the buildings right next to the roads are also absorbing heat, which means people's electrical bills for air conditioning and cooling will go higher. So if we do whitewash streets, which seems like a good idea, will be a pretty good idea for at least for the summer. I'm not too sure about winter.
Yeah, just read the study later.
Yeah, but yeah, whitewashing streets is a good idea. So, yep.
Okay. So, let's move on to a quick bit of fact. The North American International Auto Show, there are rumors going around in the metro area that they are moving the thing into the summer.
Yep.
So there's going to be outdoor exhibits. Nikhil, you have the rest on this subject.
Yep. So, as Aaron said, North American International Auto Show, it's gonna be normal for the next year. So 2019, it will just be like a normal in January. But for 2020, it's gonna move to the summer, which will be amazing because more people are free during the summer. More people want to go places during the summer. More people, and this will actually be a way better economic decision for Detroit because one, there will be more people visiting the NAIAS. And there will be outdoor exhibits, which will be a great addition to the auto show. There will be it'll just be cool overall. And yeah, Detroit is gonna have that. If they are gonna move the auto show to the summer, it'll be a good economic decision.
And that brings up another topic relating to Detroit. Detroit, contrary to the belief of people outside of Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio, we're doing a whole lot better. Detroit is Detroit again. We have a great mayor up in Detroit who's doing stuff. Even better, he's a Democrat. No offense, Republicans, but I'm a Democrat. And now we have a revitalized skyline. We have Campus Martius up and running again. We have the Detroit People Mover and the Q Line bring people around along with these new express bus systems. We have new business, and I just read today on, I think it was the Detroit Free Press website, that Chemical Bank is moving back to Detroit.
Yeah, it's moving its headquarters back to Detroit again.
From Dallas.
Yep, which will be amazing. So that creates more jobs.
And the building looks beautiful. It's a 20-story building, and I think at the 15th floor, they're going to cut off a section of it, and it's just this big park in the middle of the skyline. And
cool.
If you do not take that as a sign of Detroit getting a hell of a lot better, then there is something wrong with you. Just accept it. We are getting Detroit, Ann Arbor, Washtenaw, Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, other places.
Yeah, and
we're getting better.
Are getting
we're getting better
in developing and stuff too. We are getting a lot better. The only thing I'd add on to the developing that's going on right now is roads. It's the only thing, honestly.
Yeah.
The rest is pretty.
Fix our roads.
Yeah. Fix our roads.
Okay, so speaking on the pledge to fix our roads, that brings us to the August 7th primary. The most important race in this primary is the race for governor. So, there are only two viable candidates, one Democrat, one Republican. The Democrat is Gretchen Whitmer, former state senator, former prosecutor, mother of two, husband to a small business owner, and stepmother to three. I know of this because I'm a Whitmer supporter. The other guy...
married to husband.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I've been speaking for the last 3 hours. Married to a small business owner. Excuse me, Miss Whitmer. The other guy is Brian Calley, I believe was the lieutenant governor to Richard Snyder. He's a Republican. He's your standard Republican. And like Whitmer, he believes he will fix our roads, and he believes that he'll do a better job than his predecessor. Now, personally, I'm on the Whitmer train, but I have to say, speaking for the show itself, not us personally, we endorse these two candidates because they're the only viable people on both sides of the aisle who can take the governorship who can take the nomination rather in the primary, and one of them, hopefully Whitmer, will win in November. Now, Nikhil, would you like to rant on?
I mean, one, I'm really not the person to rant, and two, I really don't know much about politics in general, so...
Okay, well, that's good. We're in middle school. Fresh. So, I'm going to go now. Yeah, bye.
See ya. And that was our show. If you would like to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks, and see ya.